Waking up in your dream. Have you ever woken up in a dream only to realize, after a short while, that you're still sleeping? In other words, the dream has tricked you. You have not woken up. How do you get out of this? You find yourself in bed, you'll look around you, and you'll soon realize that something is off. Your room doesn't exactly feel or look like your room anymore. There is something different about it since you saw it for the last time the night before. You may even have woken up in the house you were brought up by your parents, the family home. But that can't be true. You haven't been in that house for years. That house doesn't even exist anymore. It was demolished years ago to make room for new apartments. You ask yourself, did I really go live on my own a few years ago, or did that never happen? Did I make all sorts of things up? Did I make a whole life up? The thought of it scares you. After analyzing the room of your teenage years, you strongly feel something is off. Although the room looks almost exactly like your old room, in some sense it still doesn't feel like your old room. The energy of the room is different. It has something unfamiliar and you just want to leave. You don't feel there at home. How can I not be really awake? I once wondered. I was tricked by my dream and found myself in my old bedroom of my parental home. I had just woken up, and the room was so bright, filled with sunlight. The sunlight gave the room an intense yellow vibe. It was beautiful in some way and scary at the same time. My thoughts were full of concerns. What am I doing here? I haven't seen this room or house in years. There was so much sunlight in the room that it blinded me a little. I thought, there is no way that I still find myself sleeping in a dark room and with closed eyes, while I can see so much sunlight pouring into my room. How can I still sleep? At one point, I looked at the wall. I saw there an old illustration my sister and I had made decades ago when we were still children. It was a small illustration of our names. A memory of it returned while I was looking at it. I remember we made it when we were hanging the wallpaper. I think I was around 11 years old. I can't remember if I have ever given that small illustration of ours any thought in the years after, because the image was small and easy to overlook if you didn't know where to look. I believe it just faded out of my memory up until now. Oh no, I thought. I am really in my old bedroom because that event really happened, and I can see clearly before me the image we then made. I started to feel really sad. I didn't want to be in that room. I just couldn't believe that everything I believed about my life was fake and never happened. That night. I think I have woken up falsely a few times in a row. It was exhausting. Every time I would be in a familiar and unfamiliar setting at the same time. Sadness, shock, and disbelief would come over me every time I realized what was happening to me. And then, at some point, I really woke up. I was so thankful. My life was not made up. I was indeed living in the house and world I wanted to be in. I was back in the place I was meant to be. The meaning of my dream only became clear to me after these kind of dreams continued to happen. At one point, I saw someone in my dream, an unpleasant person. He made it clear to me that he was responsible for my scary dreams. Do you want to know who or what? Follow me then to part 2.